Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl, Dr. Mary Boyde, the reposition specialist. Welcome to today's episode of Walk Diva Walk. Now, I am here to talk to you about me. Yes, I know this is an introduction, and I need you to know who I am and why you should listen to me. I am just a little old girl. That's what I call myself. I'm a little old girl from Washington, D.C., currently living in the ATL. And this little old girl grew up in a loving but yet abusive household where I was led to feel like I wasn't going to be enough, that I wasn't going to make it, that I wasn't going to amount to anything. And as a young girl, most people would have sat in that and lived in that space and thought that absolutely, you are not going to make it, and allow those negative thoughts to take root in her. But guess what, y'all? I didn't. I didn't. When I was told those things, I would say, nope, that's not going to be me. Nope, I am going to make it. Nope, you will see. And here we are, many years later. And on this journey, I have a 20 plus year marriage. I have a beautiful son. I have a thriving six-figure, shall I say, multiple six-figure business. I was able to retire my husband. And honestly, I'm living my blessed life. I am living my blessed life, y'all. Now, on this journey, no, did I jump from that childhood to this successful Black woman here today? Absolutely not. It was a roller coaster ride. Do you hear me? And when I tell you there were a lot of lows that I had to fight my way through and overcome, yep, there sure were. Starting from having three pregnancies, but one child. 14, 16, and then finally had my son at 21 years old. Knowing that the life that I was living, the place that I was living in, I just knew I couldn't do it no more, y'all. I knew I couldn't raise my son in DC anymore. I was just like, I was ready to go out. I was like, I cannot do this. And so God led me to Atlanta. Oh my, and I am so glad I listened and was obedient to that move. And in my obedience, my life was formed. Yeah, my life was formed. I started working. I was at my job for like 10 years. But even through that, I knew I couldn't work for nobody all my life. Is that you? You sitting at work, you've been there 5, 7, 10, 15 years, and you're doing it because you were told that that's what you were supposed to do. You were absolutely told that you were supposed to, you've heard it before, get a good education, get a good job, have a husband, 2.5 kids, haven't figured out the half yet, okay? 2.5 kids, the dog, and the picket fence. And you journeyed down that road and you tried so hard and are trying to make that life that everybody else has told you to live. You're trying to make it come into fruition. You're trying to make it become a reality. But there's something deep inside of you that is telling you, nope. It is more than this. I'm supposed to be doing something else. There's this yearning, this kicking, this leaping, this jumping in your belly. And you know it's something that I need to do. That was me, y'all. That was me. Funny story is, on this journey, my husband, I tried everything under the sun. I did, because I just knew that I wasn't going to be able to work for somebody all my life. I am almost 50 years old, and I used to have these conversations at 25, at 30. And I thought about what retirement age was. Okay. And knowing that retirement age was like 65? I said, who doing this for the next 35 years? Not I. No way. There is no way. So I went to chase the bag, as they say. And I tried every single thing I could possibly do to create this life that I wanted, right? And so one day, I did a whole bunch of network marketing stuff, y'all, and nothing is wrong with it. Absolutely nothing is wrong with it. But I did everything. Avon, Melaleuca, Amway, Herbalife. I mean, you name it, I did it. And one time, a box, of course, came to the house, and I believe this was my Melaleuca day, okay? And this box came to the house, and my husband said, if one more thing come in this house, we getting a divorce, right? And I looked him square in his eye and said, draw up the divorce papers, because until I accomplish what I want to accomplish and I have the life that I desire, some more stuff going to be coming to this house. How many of you have felt like that? Like you are just doing everything and you're hearing all of this stuff that's working for other people. And you say, okay, let me do this and let me do that and let me do this. That was me. I was trying every single thing until I came to the realization that that was not my purpose. I was not living in my purpose. I was not living on purpose. And I started to pray and say, God, okay, what is it that I'm supposed to be doing? I've tried everything on my own, everything that I thought that was going to work, that everybody else said that I was supposed to do. What am I actually supposed to do? And he came to me in a dream. And one night he said, weep. And I'm like, what you mean, God? Cry? And he gave me WEAP, Women Empowered to Achieve Their Purpose. And he showed me in my dream that I started in my house and I had ladies over and we were talking and motivating and empowering one another and setting the plan. And then all of a sudden in this dream, I was on stage amongst thousands of people. And when I woke up, I was like, who, me, God? You talking to me? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? And he immediately said yes. And I knew what my purpose was. I knew my purpose was to not just empower women, not just motivate women, because you can get that in a lot of different places, okay? But it really was to reposition you. It was to move you from where you are to where you want to be, but on purpose. And you may be saying, well, Mary, I've been trying on purpose. So was I. I was purposely trying to do everything that everybody else said I was purposed to do. Come on, somebody. Haven't that been you? Hasn't that been you? You are living somebody else's life. I was living somebody else's life, y'all. And I just said, enough is enough. You ever decide to make a decision? I'm gonna say that again for you. You might not have caught that. Let me drop this nugget. Throw this brick. If it hit you in the head, just say ouch. If you want to duck, go ahead and do that too. You have to decide to make a decision. I said it's enough. It's enough of me living everybody else's dreams. It's enough of me trying to do everything everybody else said I was supposed to do in the manner in which I was supposed to do it. I had enough of putting my identity in my husband and my son. I had enough of putting my identity in my career. I had enough. Have you had enough? Yes, I've been through it all. Why should you listen to me? Why should you follow my podcast? Why should you follow the steps that I'm going to give? Because I've been there. Yep, I've been abused. Yep, I've been lied to. Yep, I've had abortions. Yep, I've had a baby out of wedlock. Yes, I have been broke, busted, and disgusted. Yep, I have done some things like, oh, God, you saved me from that one. Yeah, I have. I have done most of it. I have been through almost of it all, right? Some people say I've been through it all. I don't think I've been through it all. I'm not finished living yet, but I've been through a lot. And through it all, when I decide to make a decision that I have had enough, when I decided to increase and enforce and strengthen my relationship with God, when I decided to get on His plan for my life, that is when it changed. That's when it went from me thinking I wasn't going to make it to 5 years of marriage to making it to almost 21 years of marriage. That's when it went from working a job, and I liked my job. I did. I enjoyed what I did, right? But I knew that wasn't it for me. It went from working a job to being the founder and CEO of 3 businesses to having $1 million businesses. It went from that. Okay. It went to retiring my husband. Yeah, can you not? Retiring my husband at the age of, okay, y'all got to do the math. Wait a minute. So he retired last year. So 53, okay? At the age of 53, retiring my husband, right? That the obedience, I say that the prosperity is in the obedience, all right? And so when I became obedient to my purpose, His purpose for my life, not everybody else's, that is when everything changed. That's when everything changed. Now, I'm not saying this, as they say, to impress you. But I'm really saying these things and letting you know the heart of who I am to press upon you. God is not a respecter of person. I know you've heard it. What He's done for me, He will do for you. I know you've heard that too. But let me tell you the biggest difference. I'm not trying to give you my life. I'm not trying to give you what I want from you. I want you to live your blessed life. What's inside of you? What do you want to do? What is His plan for you? See, the respecter of person is not duplication, it's not imitation, it's giving you the power to stand in your authority that you have as a kingdom citizen and walk that purpose driven life. Walk in what you are supposed to do, how you are supposed to live, what you are supposed to have, right? Not imitate me, because frankly, you can't imitate me. I'm just Mary, just Mary, just Mary. I'm just Mary, y'all. There's only one of me. There's only one of me, and there's only one of you. So you have to stop trying to imitate people. Yes, I can inspire you. You can use me and anybody else that you watch and follow. You can use them as inspiration, as guidance to help you get to where you are supposed to be, but not imitate. I don't want imitators. You have to be authentically who God made you to be. He uniquely made you. He uniquely made me. When I realized that I was not going to imitate the women in my family, every woman in my family is divorced. I come from the family where women are dominant, they're controlling, and they teach every other woman in our family to be the same. You don't have to have a man, you don't need a man. Hide your money from your man, have separate bank accounts, right? Your money not together. Uh-huh. And when I started implementing those things, I didn't think I was going to make 3 years, let alone 21 years. And when I realized that I can't imitate what they do, because guess what? I'm going to end up where they are. And I made a vow, I say, when I get married, I'm only getting married one time. That's it. That's what I told God. God, I'm only getting married one time now. So, this thing right here gonna have to work. Okay. But I had to do it his way. I had to do it his way. That is the importance. But first, I had to make a decision. Yeah, I was tired. I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired. I had enough. And I said, my latter years will be my better years. And I wasn't nowhere even close to the latter years yet because I'm living to 100 plus. Okay. I'll be 50 this year and I am living to 100 plus. But I knew some things had to change. I knew some things had to change. I knew I had to jump off the roller coaster ride of life. Okay. I knew I had to get off the roller coaster and really evaluate some things and say, number one, why are you continuously on this roller coaster? Why are you up and then you down and then you up and then you down? You start and then you stop and then you start and then you stop and then you stuck and you unstuck and you stuck and you unstuck. Like, what is wrong? What is wrong? And I had to really evaluate some things and just make a decision about my life and what I wanted. See, I became a little selfish, y'all. And I know sometimes people tell y'all that don't be selfish. You have to serve and give all the time. Listen, if you don't become a little selfish, that means just taking care of you. You're not going to be around to serve anybody. You're not going to be around to take care of anybody. And don't you want to be around? Don't you want to be around for your kids? Don't you want to be around for your husband? Don't you want to be around for your family, your siblings, your nieces, nephews, whoever is in your circle? Don't you want to be around for them? Well, you have to take care of yourself, self. And so you have to be selfish. It's okay. And when I realized I could be selfish, I said, you know what? Here's some things that I want selfishly. All right. Here's some things I want selfishly. I want to do what I want, when I want, and how I want it. I want to travel wherever I want to travel to, and I want to fly first class always. I want to stay in the best hotels. I want the best rooms. I want to eat at the finest restaurants. I want the car that I want to drive, right? I want the house that I want to live in. I want to wear the clothes that I want to wear and not have to look at the price tag. I want to be able to tell my children yes, right? If I so choose to. I want to create experiences with them. I want to go to Bora Bora and Fiji and Dubai and Abu Dhabi, just some of the bucket list places. I want to serve others without counting pennies. I want to be able to buy people groceries in the grocery store. I want to be able to invest in other people's businesses, in their lives. I want to do what God wants me to do. I want to pay off my sister's home. I want to bless my friends that are in my circle. It is so much that I want to do selfishly. I want to be able to get my nails done when I feel like it. There are things that I just want to do. And I had to realize that I had to be selfish about that thing. See, I was that one. Somebody say, well, why you want to own your own business? And why you want to? And my original response, which I'm sure yours has been, oh, I want to serve and I want to give back to my community. And I want to be able to fight homelessness. And I want to have a place for abused women and children to go. And I want to listen, I want to do that too. And that sounds real good. But that's not why you want a different life. You want to do what you want to do when you want to do it, how you want to do it. That's for real. And the byproduct is all of the ability to serve in the capacity that you want to serve. And when I realized that, I said, wow, okay, God, let's do this. Now, how? And He showed me how. And it has been an amazing ride. So, why should you listen to Dr. Mary Boyd? Because I will reposition you spiritually, mentally, and physically. I've done it myself. I've helped others do it, and I can help you too. If you are ready, let's walk.